Welcome to this GamblingSites.org sports betting how-to video. I'm Drew Goldfarb, and today we're breaking down the top 10 common traits of a successful sports bettor. Whether you're betting on football, baseball, basketball, hockey, or anything else, make sure to check out GamblingSites.org for all of your sports betting needs. At number 10, knowledge of sports. I promise it'll get less obvious from here. We just knew we had to mention this one, so best to get out of the way early. If you aren't knowledgeable when it comes to sports, you're going to be starting from behind when you're trying to become a sports bettor. It's pretty simple. Having good knowledge of sports allows for successful sports bettors to have a better understanding of the things that might impact their wagers. This allows them to make better educated wagers than someone that is not as knowledgeable about the sporting events that they're betting on. At number 9, strong math skills and analytical capabilities. There are a ton of numbers involved in betting on sports. From historical data to bookmaker odds, you're going to need to analyze a whole lot of digits when betting on sports. Having a strong set of math skills, successful sports bettors are able to quickly understand the data that they have access to and, more importantly, use it to help determine what wagers they want to place. This allows for them to make more educated betting decisions after a quick analysis. Studying up on data analysis is a big help, and consider using spreadsheets to help track and make your calculations. Number 8, excellent money management. Without excellent money management skills, it's hard to make a long and successful run in sports betting. If you don't control your bankroll and end up betting too much on a single game, as many recreational bettors do, it could be detrimental to your long-term success. A successful sports bettor will have established, strict money management guidelines for themselves, and they will stick to these no matter what. Instead of swinging for the fences on each bet, the goal of a successful sports bettor will be to make money over the long haul. At number 7, evaluating all game factors. A recreational sports bettor will often just look at a handful of factors, like which team is favored and by how much, before they make their betting decisions. However, successful sports bettors make an evaluation of all game factors and not just the basics. For example, successful bettors will consider the health of all players on the field, team grudges, and which side might be coming off a big win or a big loss, and how that might impact the game. By thinking differently and looking at all aspects of the game, you're more likely to catch something that many others will miss. At number 6, emotional control and discipline. One of the biggest things that separates the pros from the recreational sports bettors is that professionals can control their emotions. It's easier said than done, but it's important to not let your emotions get the best of you and drive your betting habits if you're going to be successful. You might be a diehard fan of the Green Bay Packers, for instance, but you've got to take your fandom out of your wagers. Likewise, being disciplined in bankroll management and an overall wager plan of attack is also an important factor. It's all about taking your emotions out of it if you want to come out of it ahead. At number 5, going line shopping. Unlike recreational sports bettors that may just rely on one single sports book, these bettors will usually shop their lines across multiple sports books to make sure they've got the best bang for their buck. Getting the maximum value from a winning wager is an important key in being a successful sports bettor, and we recommend checking out at least 2 sports books before placing any bet. Find the one that's offering the best pricing and lines, even if it's just an extra half point on the spread. Number 4, the ability to understand value. Recreational bettors don't usually analyze the value of a bet. For them, they'll just pick a winner and call it a day. What successful sports bettors look for are wagers that have a high value. An ideal wager will have a big potential payout with a relatively small risk. The goal of these bettors is not to risk a huge amount of cash for a relatively small overall return. Number 3, the ability to take a long-term view. Patience is key when it comes to being a successful sports bettor. A few bad losses in a row can be difficult, but being able to step back and take a long-term view of the situation is important. You won't win every bet because no one does. Successful sports bettors, on average, will win somewhere between 50 and 60% of their wagers. This still means they're losing nearly half of the time, and so it's important to always be able to see the bigger picture. There will be setbacks, but there will be strings of success as well, if you're betting smartly, of course. The sooner that you can train yourself to take a long-term view of things, the sooner you'll be more in line with successful sports bettors. Number 2, strong organizational skills. You'll be presented with a lot of data when you're researching your sports bets. The best bettors will be able to properly organize this information in order to be able to make sense of it all. Good place to start is to track your bets, your winnings, and your losings. Tracking the bets that you've placed is an important aspect of bankroll management, and using a spreadsheet application on your computer might be the simplest way to do that. Using this organized data, you can refer to it to review your historical trends to see what's worked for you and what hasn't. And as an added bonus, you'll have a running ledger to track the status of your sports betting bankroll. And number 1, flexibility, adaptability, resiliency. Things change over time, and that in turn means that the successful sports bettors' plans and strategies must also change and evolve. Sometimes you'll feel like the king of the world, and others you'll feel run down. A successful bettor will remain resilient regardless. That'll do it for our guide on the top 10 traits of a successful sports bettor. Did we leave off any traits that you think are crucial to being a successful sports bettor? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and keep checking out gamblingsites.org for more picks, tips, and of course, how-to guides. I'm Drew Goldfarb. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.